Hi guys, welcome back to episode. This is episode 10 or 11 of the Big Brother 27. So we know that Lauren put up on her nomination. She put up Tiani, Kelly, and Will. Tiani is the target this week. Will and Kelly is the pawn. Now, Kelly did to find herself to on the block, and after this, Will went outside because he's frustrated. He is mad, but Warren did give a heads up at Will, saying I'm gonna put you on the block. I told you might be mad, and he said, yeah, I am frustrated. I am a little bit mad about this because I was on the block last week, and she said, you're a pawn. I said, yeah, but pawns go home, and pawn does go home. Yeah. So after that, Will was outside. People, Rachel, well, first it was Ava and Morgan, who went outside and said, you don't need to get mad, you are a pawn. I said, yeah, but he said, yeah, but pawns go home. But you guys don't know about the feeling being on the block back to back, so you don't know how that feels. We also have we have a competition with Vance and Warren, basically saying if I get picked, I don't. Well, he's saying the dialogue. If I get picked, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this veto, because I'm gonna have Warren who don't want me to use the veto, but the three nominees want me to use the veto. So he's stuck in the middle of both of them, so he doesn't know what to do. He said, I hope I don't get picked for this veto because I don't want to make the decision. Okay, so it's time for the Veto-trons. Vince gets picked. Natalie, not surprised. The old hostess who gets picked is Ashley. So Ashley got picked to play in the veto competition. So we got Keanu, Ashley, Warren, Will, Vince, and Kelly, who's all playing the veto. This veto competition is the Bad Guys 2 competition, because the Bad Guys 2 comes out Friday, so they're playing it they'll put it on Big Brother. So the competition is we have to go under these lasers, and if you touch on the lasers, you have to immediately start from where you're at. From there's a button, and you have to immediately start where you're at. So it all came down to Vince, Warren, and Keanu. So Vince have a time of 10 minutes and something. Warren has a time of 7 minutes and something. And Keanu has a time of, I think it was like 4 minutes and something. Keanu won the veto. As you know, he's going to take himself off the block. But before the veto competition, Vince did toward his nominees, saying, I'm going to take you off the board. I'm going to replace, I'm going to pull you guys off the board. So he threw the competition. If you watch the power video, he threw the competition. He was sitting there, playing around, stuff like that. Right before he pressed the button, he said, if I win the veto, I'm streaming. Because this better not make me win the veto. So after all of that, we do have a competition with Warren and Vince. And they're trying to figure out what to do, because they know that Vince is going to take, Keanu is going to take this stuff off the block, and Warren has to make the nominees. So it's up to Ashley versus Adrian. So Ashley is saying, you know what? But Vince wants Ashley on the block. He doesn't like Ashley. He doesn't trust. He does not trust Ashley. But everyone else wants Adrian to do on the block. So it's like a 50-50, you know. So yeah. Before the power veto meeting, I'm about to mention this. Keanu and Adrian was upstairs in the boxing room, and Keanu told Adrian, if you get picked, will you take me off the block? And he said, I don't know. To be honest with you, visually, I don't know. And so he doesn't know. But he did not get picked and all that stuff, so it doesn't matter. So after Vince started his conversation, Kelly went upstairs to talk to Lauren. They said, you did a good job this week. You put me on the block. I have a chance to literally before veto. I have a chance to win the veto, but also have a chance to repeat. I have another chance to compete in the blockbuster twist in the competition. But I think if it comes down to Keanu, not Keanu. So after all that, Rachel has a competition with Warren, and Rachel is saying, hey, do you know what Vince won your game? He don't trust Vince and all this stuff. Why he thinks that you can trust him. But honey, I've been here before. I played this game bat to bat. You need to learn some stuff about how to play this game. After this, Vince went back upstairs, and Warren said, yeah, Rachel just threw you under the bus. How she don't trust you. I need to stay away from you, all this stuff. So Warren's telling Vince this, and he said, why is Rachel saying all this? I think Rachel don't trust you. He's confused. He don't know why that Rachel don't trust him and all this stuff. I think this is confusing. This blah blah blah, all this stuff. But yeah, he's just confused. It's like, why is Rachel telling Warren this? I don't trust her and all this stuff. But that's that and data. So after all this, we did the bad guys call come into the backyard. We did a call in the backyard, and it's one of the bad guys, and it's actually probably a producer. It's one of the producers probably works on the show. We know it is, and a costume and all this stuff. But Keanu, because he won veto, he has to pick 3 houses to go with him. So he picked Rachel first, Jimmy, which Keanu said, I'm picking Rachel and Jimmy. That's because I'm using them. I'm using them for strategy. It's not because I want to be friends with them. It's just that I'm using them. And he also picked Ava. So Keanu, Rachel, Jimmy, and Ava to have a sneak peek at the bad guys. I think this is probably like the first 15 minutes of the film, and then the credits of the movie. But they went to see the movie upstairs in the HH room. I think the last one we got from them, I think it was season 25, and that was The Exorcist Believer, and that movie stinks. Because we never got one on 26, and then, yeah, but, yeah. So, after all this, we did the veto meeting. Keanu used the veto on himself, and Warren to stand up, and people like she's put up Ashley. But before all this, people are saying if you put up Ashley, you don't make the white people mad. Even Rachel and all this, but she decided to nominate. Adrian So now coming tomorrow night on Eviction, you have Adrian, Kelly, and Will, who all will be competing in the Blockbuster Trust. I will really hope. I would love to Will. I would love for Will to win this competition, to step out the block, and then you have to vote for Adrian and Kelly. I think at that point, it can possibly be in the middle, but I think Kelly will be the one who's going home. I should be fine with that. Kelly, here's one thing: don't ever volunteer to be a pawn. Pawn goes home. And we have seen this over and over on every season of Big Brother. Pawns go home. Matter if you're just doing it for the team or not, you can still go home. And we have seen this over and over and over again on Big Brother. You volunteer to join the block and then you go home. Coming Thursday. So it's stupid that people do it. And then Warren's a traitorous by far, and Jimmy's by far one of the worst traitors ever. You have a big move that you can do. Rachel, Jimmy, Minty, who cares? But no, after the same people who's on the block last week besides Andrea, it's the same people. It's the same people. I mean, not Angela. Besides Amy, it's just so boring that these players don't make the big move. And I don't want to make the big move. So I'm just put up the same people. Adrian, you know about on the block because you're on the block last week. Will, you don't know about on the block because you were there last week. And Kelly, you don't know about on the block because you were there last week. It's just so frustrating that these dumb players put up the same people over and over. That's boring. Like All-Stars, they put up Kevin and David every week when they have a chance. It's just so boring to see the same people go on the block every week. I hope Will wins the Blockbuster Trust and then goes win HOH, because I think he'll go after Jimmy, Rachel, which I don't want Rachel to go home. And go after someone else, maybe Warren. You need to shake this house up. This house needs to be flipped upside down. And it needs to happen like that. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good day and night. I was going to share a comment, right? What you think about this episode of Big Brother? It was okay. But thanks for watching. I love the competition. Love it. Have a good day and night. See you. Bye.